Do you love the idea of making stuffing from scratch, but worry about whether everyone will love it? Have no worries. This sourdough stuffing recipe is comforting, easy to make, and can be personalized to your taste preferences. For this recipe, I use my soft sourdough bread because it brings a light and tangy element to the stuffing. However, within the recipe post, I share other varieties of bread that work well also. One of the secrets to really great stuffing is to create dry and brittle pieces of bread that will then absorb all the wonderful flavors of the other ingredients. Also, tearing the bread rather than cubing will enhance the texture, giving a mixture of crispy and tender bites. Once the bread has been dried, you'll then sauté the aromatics in a mixture of butter and oil until the onions just begin to soften and the celery turns bright green. Adding mushrooms, like baby bellas, brings in a really delicious meaty texture, but there are other kinds of add-ins that I share within the recipe post. Adding herbs, garlic, salt, and pepper is what will bring the stuffing to life. The herbs will give it depth and aroma, garlic will add a savory richness, and salt and pepper ensures all the flavors come through. Without these, the stuffing would taste bland, but with them, each bite is layered with flavor. This really is the second secret to amazing stuffing. The third secret is adding a really good quality sausage. This will add a hearty, savory flavor that will make the stuffing even more satisfying. I use my homemade Italian sausage recipe, however, there are other options I share within the recipe post. One kitchen tool that makes this job so much easier is a really big bowl. This allows you to layer in each of the items, but also makes stirring the ingredients easier without stuff flying everywhere. Once everything is sautéed and stirred well, you will then add in the broth and egg mixture. The broth will add in moisture and flavor, the eggs will act as a binder, giving the stuffing structure. Here are some tips to achieve stuffing that has just the right amount of moisture. Add half of the broth and egg mixture, stir well, and let it sit for 5 minutes before adding the other half. This will allow the bread to absorb the broth and will give you a better idea if more broth is needed. The way to tell if more broth is needed is to squeeze a small handful. If it holds together without crumbling or feeling soggy, it's just right. If you love crispier stuffing, bake uncovered for the full duration of cooking. However, if you prefer stuffing that is a little more moist, cover the pan with aluminum foil while baking and remove the foil for the last 10 minutes in the oven. Another really helpful tip for the holidays is to prepare the stuffing a day in advance. Simply refrigerate it covered and bake the next day. For more recipes like this and for weekly inspiration, make sure to head on over to thefedupfoodie.com and sign up for my newsletter where I share recipes and tips in helping to make cooking from scratch approachable.